you guys are heading through the cave. Back down to Hansome. I'm not sure if you guys remember anything, but if not, I'm just going to do the run through like we did last time. But to get you guys in the mood...
Miss me with that gay shit. I'm not trying to get in no mood.
No.
You guys have just gotten back in your bodies, and you guys are heading through the cave. You see the sign. I'm not even going to make you do it. You see the sign that says the riddle on it, and you guys just say, the secret code, Hansome, and the hole in the middle of the room shines white, and you guys are free to jump inside.
Wait. It's a top hat.
You both jump in as your bodies float for a second before being sucked down faster and faster. And then the second you reach through the hole, you're blinded by what seems like sunlight for a second.
Blinded by the light.
You see a bright Hansome, and as you are sucked in, you are slowly descending. Howland, you're now like free fall ability because the ability of the balloons refused inside of you. And as soon as you pop out of the hole, the world becomes upside down, and then you're slowly falling back down to the ground as you hear...
It's me falling.
I'm just slowly levitating down going, ooh, ooh, ooh.
And you scan the horizon after you start hearing this music, and you see all the residents of Hansome playing instruments as you're falling down to the ground. You see Alphonse in a carriage on a bit of a road that heads into Hansome, and there's a big old banner that has your guys' faces painted on it, like weirdly, and it says, "Thank you, Scott and Baggio," as you guys are flowing and flying to the ground.
Yo, Howland.
Yeah.
Who are those fucking pussies?
I don't know, but, I think we lied to these people, and they might think we're those pussies.
True.
Little did they know, we are not. But we must keep up the illusion.
You guys slowly fall to the carriage, right where Alphonse is, and he seems to be using his long ears as hands to kind of bring up the band members to play even louder. As soon as you guys touch the ground, they kind of stop in a big finish, and then they all burst out into applause as Alphonse smiles down at you guys. You also see Pericles on the carriage as well, in his bird form, of course, staring down at you two. You can't read his facial expression, but Alphonse says,
"Hold on. I'd like to take a moment to say, as I walked up, I looked at the crowd, and I grabbed my nuts like a rapper."
Hell yeah.
Some of them weren't into that. Wait. Yeah, no, they weren't into that.
That's cool, dude.
How do you you're like, maybe that... No, they're... Well, no. No, they're not.
Some of them thought they were bi for a second. Half of them were girls. That's what we're working with here.
And then they saw the big-ass Courage the Cowardly Dog mask on your back, and they're like, alright, well, now I'm not into it. No.
They actually thought you were going to give them something, like you're reaching for a pocket, but then they just saw you grab your
Y'all
nuts.
got 10 minutes?
And then Alphonse actually claps together his ears as if he's trying to... He looks very happy, and he says, "Boys, you survived. I shouldn't sound so surprised. Of course, you guys survived."
Of course. What, were you gonna die? I didn't plan on it. You could have. That would have been weird or something. That would have been crazy.
He jumps off
but you're alive.
He jumps off the carriage to meet you guys face to face, and he looks very happy to see you guys. And he says, "Well, come on, we could talk to the residents later. We actually have some business to discuss." And he gets really close to you, Howland and Rib, like almost in a huddle, and he says, "You guys got the light, right?"
I just turned to him and I'm like, of course.
Telepathically to Howland, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I think this dude's a little scared of us right now. I don't think he knows how we just fucking did that.
I don't think he noticed the new cologne I put on, and I'm honestly kind of mad about that.
Dude, honestly.
It was $10. And I don't feel like I'm getting my value out of it, but I mean, for $10, you know, it's hard to say no to. Good deal, I think.
Gets me every time.
Yeah.
It's like those scented candles.
Yeah.
What's the name of your cologne, real quick? Like, what's the scent?
L.A. Noir.
Pine Forest.
Mmm.
They didn't even have a brand. It was just pine.
It was literally. It was.
It's just the scent.
It was Farmer Thomas's pine scent for $10.
For $10, dude, I believe him. I trust him.
I don't know why, but like I imagine he's like, you got the light, right? And he's like, his hand is slowly going towards each of our asses, and we're just trying to like slowly step out. Like, no. But I just turn to him and I'm like, but of course, don't you worry. We have the light, of course, but there are a couple of things we need to discuss.
He nods at you with a wide smile, and he looks at you, Rib, and he's just very happy, and he looks like he's about to say something, and then he stops and he says, "All right, no time to waste." And he claps.
Hold on.
Yes?
Do people know what flipping off means?
Yes. You were gonna do a Rick and Morty, weren't you?
No, dude. I just really wanted to flip him off.
I don't know why, but in that split second of saying no, dude, you literally became DeFran, and I'm mad about it. I don't know how it happened.
No, dude.
No, dude, come on.
He slaps the carriage and he says, "Now, get on in. We gotta get up to the townhouse."
Let's go.
Okay, you guys get into the carriage, and as you guys step up in the carriage, you actually see Georgie driving the carriage. He waves at you guys sheepishly, and then Pericles squawks at him.
I say, hey, Georgie, you got yourself a good job.
I'm not exactly getting paid.
Wait, you guys are getting paid?
Do they feed you and house you?
I mean, you might be right there.
Yeah, well, you don't need money where you're at. Pericles.
But can I have some money?
Baggio, I would not talk to Georgie here. We have found out that he has stolen a lot of things from around town.
Georgie!
I swear I didn't touch nothing. I swear to God. I don't know how that stuff got in my house. I hadn't even been in my house yet.
How could you do this?
Pericles, hold on. Let me say from the bottom of my heart, Georgie does not seem like the fella
he
to do
really
such a thing.
doesn't seem the type.
But that's how they get you.
Where are the items at?
We have stolen them back, and we're trying to actually give them back to the people who are missing, but there are still objects missing, Georgie, aren't there? But I don't even know the object! He doesn't slap Georgie, but he just slaps his wings against his face. Like, come on, just get back driving.
He doesn't slap him, but he gently puts his finger in Georgie's mouth while Georgie's trying to talk. And he's just like, Georgie, please. He just puts his finger in his mouth and he's like, what? What?
Pericles, be cool. It's a good day for everybody. Now, let's go. Georgie, do your job.
Do your fucking job.
And the carriage starts taking off, and you see all the residents slowly disperse, as if it's a one carriage parade. They all just saw you, and now they're like, okay, well now what? I'm gonna go home, I guess. So you guys are heading into town. If you look at Alphonse, the long-eared king, he looks so damn happy right now. He slicks back his ears, and he just kind of puts his arms back around his head like a pillow, and he just leans back and takes in some of the sunlight as you guys are led back into town. Are you guys going to do anything, or do you just want to jump cut to when you guys are in the office?
We can jump cut.
Yeah, let's go.
Jump cut. We're in the office. Pericles has just made some tea. You think he made the tea, but he's just holding he's got it on his head. He's got a little plate with a bunch of teacups on it, and he kind of just puts it down on the desk as Alphonse is sitting there at his chair, looking back at you guys. Are you guys standing, or did you find some chairs? What are you doing?
I'm just sitting in a chair, casually sipping my tea.
Yeah, Sam.
Obviously, boys, you understand. I really want to know what happened down there, and honestly, how it went.
Well, that is quite the story. I'll spare you the details, but we certainly gave the Interceptor a firm talking to. And I just imagine when I say that in Howland's mind, just jump cuts to him getting thrown at a fucking wall, Rib is getting, like, doused in that acid light shit. Bendel's fucking skeleton is screaming. Just cuts back immediately, like, yeah, we talked to him.
I really don't know what else I could do for you boys. This is beyond what I could expect, honestly. I mean, Scott, Baggio, it's crazy how you just fell into my lap, and I really appreciate your help, both of you. You are some of the kindest men I've ever known.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, you had a job that needed doing, and we also had a job that needed doing, and it just so happened that both of those kind of intertwined, for lack of a better word. So, I suppose everything fell into place. But this is a puzzle that we do need to finish, and I suppose that's why we're here right now. Now, out of game, real quick, so
Yes.
the Interceptor wants him to give up his light, or, like, break it, or...
He wants to break the connection, that he doesn't want to be stuck, because Alphonse basically won the arrangement, and so the Interceptor became Alphonse's ward, and he doesn't want to be the ward anymore. He needs to break the connection.
So we need him to release the Interceptor.
Yes. That being said, Alphonse, he seemed really relaxed for a second, and then Pericles kind of coughs, and Alphonse looks at him questioningly, and then he says, "Oh, right, now, I don't have any beef, at least not right now, with the army of Xander. But, that being said, that thing that happened where you put the portal in Hansome, and then people came through to attack us. Let's just say I have some people watching the portal at all times as of right now. Nothing has happened yet.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to keep that heavily guarded. Whew.
That being said, I don't know what's going down in the army of Xander. It hasn't been that long since I've left, or we've left, but it can't be going that bad so quickly.
In all honesty, there's not much I can tell you, and they're the people who sent us here. They really didn't tell us anything. They kind of just threw us through this portal and told us they wanted us to find you, and that's essentially how we came here. And all this kind of happened. As I'm sure you understand, throwing up the gate seed was nothing against you. We just kind of have to do that so we look good to the army of Xander, that's all. Just to kind of cover our tracks with them, so to speak.
No, I completely understand, especially after I had to send my bunny beasts to even make contact with you guys.
Yeah.
I think the true question is here, one, what do we do about the army? Because I don't want to have a war with them. They used to be my outpost, my boys, for lack of a better term. I harbor no ill will. I'd like to find out what's going down if they're trying to send people after us. Maybe it was all miscommunication, who knows. But I don't want to leave you boys hanging, especially if you have to go back to the army.
But of course.
And a little bit more selfish, the light.
There we go.
We need that to leave Hansome.
Yes.
Yup.
The only person who was able to leave after what happened with the Interceptor, I have no idea what happened to him. He just trudged off, and it looked very painful as he did.
And who would that be?
He's referring to his friend.
Is it Bendel?
No, not Ben. Bendel and him are not friends. He was referring to, he came here with Pericles, Martin, and Luther, and himself, and Luther died, was skewered by Bendel because Luther accidentally shot him with a crossbow, not knowing what he was. Bendel killed Luther, and then Martin and Alphonse and Pericles were swallowed up by the Interceptor. They had their little game, they all got turned to monsters, and Martin didn't like what the Interceptor had planned, so he tried to leave. And that was the guy who was left in the coma at the army of Xander before you guys left. That's how they knew what was going on with Alphonse.
That is a really convoluted and confusing story. And you wrote that for us?
I literally have, this is, what I have right now is a conversation. You guys are literally going to determine how this this story ends.
Yeah.
We have a conversation.
What was it? What was the Interceptor's part of the deal? Or like
The Interceptor, if you remember, the Interceptor said to you guys when you guys first met him that the Long-Eared King was very special, and that's why he wanted the Long-Eared King in the first place. There was some weird thing that he saw in the future, and he wanted in on that. And when he tried doing a game to try to get the Long-Eared King as his ward, quote-unquote, he lost, and he didn't expect that to happen. And at this point, he just wants to break the connection between the Long-Eared King and himself so he can leave. I know this is a lot of pressure on you guys, but I decided we should probably do a little bit more of a co-opt narrative.
Yeah.
If you guys want to have a conversation in or out of character, as you guys can, telepathically, and just now, and try to figure this out, go for it.
So telepathically to Rib, while we're kind of sitting there drinking tea, I'm just like, what are you thinking here?
there's a lot riding on this, because the cattle fucks want Alphonse back, or maybe just info on where he is. And Alphonse wants a utopia. Interceptor wants us to leave. And you want to keep the light. It sounds like either way we go, it's lose, 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 win. And in the end, if we choose for us to keep the light, we still lose because then the council fucks us. Well, you cause I'm leaving.
I'm thinking of maybe just burning this whole place down, to be honest. Maybe doing some JFK stuff. The Long-Eared King. Because I don't see him willingly breaking his connection to the Interceptor, especially if it's like it is, where he really kind of needs to keep the Interceptor under his control or whatever. And also, I really, really don't want to give up my light. I'm just not really seeing any way we do this where it goes peacefully.
When is peace ever how we do these things? If the long-eared boy wants to tussle, we tussle. Come on now.
He's never gonna give it up. And he's never gonna let it down.
I don't know. Let's see what he says, but we gotta try and work him off the cliff.
Okay.
And then push him off, if that's what it is.
Try talking to him.
Are you telling me to do that?
Yes.
Long-eared king guy.
Oh, you guys can call me Alphonse.
Alright, Jim. I'm gonna break this down simple. The Interceptor wants you to break the connection. There's nothing I can do about that.
Why would he? Well, obviously I understand why he wants me to break the connection, but why is that relevant? Why should I?
Because there's really no other way. He's being stubborn. He's making your life hell through the connection. He isn't going to work with you. This isn't what he wanted. He thought you were an easy mark and he saw potential in you, but there's nothing for him in it now. And he's just going to make your life hard as long as you're around him. I understand there's power to be had, but it's greedy power that you're after.
Make a persuasive. I don't know if I want to leave this up to rolls is the thing. I kind of want you guys to make... Wait, let's have this conversation, and then I'm going to make you guys make a roll. Does that sound okay? Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
He kind of sits back and he says, Baguio, I don't really understand where this is coming from. What did the Interceptor say to you?
Basically, he saw in your future something great. He wanted in. He wanted to make that part of his future. But the game that you chose, and he lost that, he wasn't expecting that to happen. So basically, he's just in a shit situation for himself, and that's not where he wants to be, and he'll never make your life easy when he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to work with you. So why would he? Other than you beating him in a trivial game, which he realizes is a trivial game.
And not only that, but he did tell us something a little bit more disturbing. So, obviously, the Interceptor has very great power. When we talked to the Interceptor, I'm not gonna lie, we had a very, very long fight with him, and, I mean, as you can see, we're in our own bodies now, so that's pretty evident. He did not do that willingly, and I'll tell you right now, I don't know if we have the power currently to go in there again.
Wait, you two weren't in your normal bodies?
No, we were not.
I was him, and he was me.
The Interceptor literally swapped our bodies to fuck us over.
So you're Scott and you're Baguio.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, the Interceptor, he fucked our bodies the same way he fucked you guys over. But there's a difference. We were able to fight off the Interceptor and get our freedom back, but you guys haven't been able to do that. And the longer that you have the Interceptor as your plaything, your little ward, he's poisoning you, slowly. The Interceptor has a connection linked to you and everyone else in Hansome while he is connected to you like this. And the longer that you let that connection last, the more he is essentially getting into you and corrupting you. What he saw in you in the future is that somehow he would completely have you and everyone else in Hansome under his control entirely. You would essentially turn into his puppets, but he didn't expect it to all happen like this, and the Interceptor is too prideful to really want to go through with this. He would rather just burn this whole place to the ground and move on. So, instead of turning you into his puppets, the Interceptor is slowly poisoning all of you. Have you noticed anything recently? Have you felt weaker? Have you noticed anything weird going on with your body? Have you felt different at all?
Pericles speaks up and he says, besides the obvious, Georgie did steal, and that did not seem like him.
Yeah. Now, I don't know how this works exactly, and I don't know the specifics of it, but what I do know is that the longer you're all connected to the Interceptor, it's going to get violent. You're all going to start to do a lot of things that you wouldn't normally do, and you're not even going to know it. And at some point, you're all going to basically kill each other. And those of you that don't kill each other and die, you're just going to fall over dead. Your blood is going to literally turn into poison. Because the Interceptor does not like being anyone's toy. He doesn't like being in anyone's pocket. And unfortunately, the only way out of this, to my understanding, is to cut him off and break the connection with him. I don't know where we go from there, but I am telling you with the utmost certainty that as long as you stay here using his power to create this place, using it to hold everything together, it's a tainted paradise. Yeah, it might be good right now, but I promise you that this is all gonna crumble down. And I'm looking at the Long-Eared King now right in the eyes, and I'm like, if you genuinely care about everybody down here, you will have to break that connection, or every single person that you know that lives here is going to die.
Is that true?
No.
No, he's laying his dick off right now.
I was about to say, it sounds cooler than what actually happened.
You say that, and he stands up really quickly, shaking a little bit. He turns away from both of your gazes and he stares out the window, and you can see that he's staring up at the ball of light in the sky that says Hansome across it. He looks like he's in his own head right now, and he's just... I don't even know if he knows what to do. Pericles walks over on the desk towards you, Howland, and he says, Scott, sorry, how do you know that he's telling the truth?
Because we forced him into a position where he had to.
I, for one, am not one to... I didn't want to be here. I wanted to go back to Xander, but seeing this place and seeing the paradise that it could be, the utopia that this world may need to grow and grow and grow with protection, it's hard to pass up. I mean, I don't... Which one's Scott, which one's Baguio?
Yeah, let's skip the details.
But you, big man, you both have witnessed the utopia down here.
Yes.
A place you probably have not seen in a long time. This world is waged in war and blood and...
The problem is, this is nobody's home. Nobody comes from here. Nobody's born here. This doesn't matter to anyone. It's not worth saving. There's no history. It is great for what it is, but at the end of the day, it's just more resources for a fucked up culture that fights and wars and kills and steals and rapes.
You say that, and then the long-eared king's bunny ear just punches straight through the glass, breaking it. And he pulls back. Both of his ears are shaking. His whole body is shaking. He turns around and he says, "I'm sorry about that. But that's not what this place is. It can be home for people who don't want war, who just want peace, who just want to sit there and not worry that their neighbor is going to come murder them later that afternoon."
I know that's what you thought, but at this moment, all that this place can be home for is the dead and the dying.
He takes a beat, and then he stares back at Howland. And he points at you with one of his clawed fingers, and he says, "You said just to break the connection, correct?"
Yes. You would have to completely release the Interceptor and break any connection that you have to him. And obviously that connection with the Interceptor, his light in the connection, is essentially what's keeping this whole place up and running. You would have to basically break that, give it up, and then the best thing you could do is find somewhere else to bring all of these people.
But, you have the light. We could cut the connection with the Interceptor and use this newfound light that you got to keep this place alive, and to even allow everybody to leave Hansome and come and go as they please, and still allow there to be peace.
You think that the small amount of light that we have is comparable to the source?
I mean, yes, that's the whole point. Any light from the Interceptor is powerful enough to create...
It's powerful enough to run it for a small while, not like he just funneling his energy in every day, every hour, every second. This light is this light.
Not only that, but do you want to know how we found out what the Interceptor was doing to everyone here? Because I'll tell you, we had a long talk with him about it. Turned out, that's what he was doing to us. And when we fought the Interceptor, the only reason that we made it out is because we were able to get a tiny amount of light, so small that the Interceptor wouldn't even notice that it was gone. And that light is the only thing keeping both of us alive right now. When I asked you if anything was happening with your body, you felt anything differently or weird, believe me, I'm talking from first-hand experience.
I'm gonna need a deception check on this one.
I rolled persuasion already, by the way.
Yeah, I know, I saw you do that. A natural 20. Okay. His eyes drop to the floor, and I swear, this is not him feeling defeated, this is me feeling his defeat and his not knowing what to do. He sits there, and he says, and this is asking both of you, and he says it very genuinely, very earnestly, "Are you telling me there's no way? No way?"
Unfortunately, that is what we're telling you.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
When we fought the Interceptor, we fought to a standstill, and we got him in a position where there was really nothing more that could be done to anybody. So we had a conversation about all of this, and the thing you have to understand about the Interceptor is that he's a child. He's essentially a child with god powers, and as everyone in this room knows, no child anywhere likes being told what to do. No child likes following the rules. The entire reason that the Interceptor wanted you is because he thought he could make all of you his puppets, but that's not how this went. I mean, maybe he still could, but at this point, the Interceptor is just really pissed off, so he's opting to essentially poison all of you. But I mean, if you don't believe that, let me ask you this question, and I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and I'm looking at him right in the face. Is a paradise built on stolen power really a paradise worth having?
He drops his gaze after you say that, and he looks at you, Rib, kind of like for some type of easy way out, like an easy answer. He's kind of hoping that you'll back him up on it. I'm not sure if you can get all of that from a gaze, but that's exactly what it is.
A what?
He's staring at you. He's staring at you like a kid staring at their mom when their dad is, like, going off.
There's nothing we can do.
He doesn't mean it personally, but he shoves your hand off of his shoulder. He takes his chair behind the desk, and he just tosses it through the fucking window. He stops, and Pericles is stunned at this point. Alphonse just says, just start packing. Just go.
I'll take my leave.
Alphonse stares out the window, and Pericles looks at Alphonse, and then back at the door before just flying to the door, and just kind of sits at the top of the door frame before heading out the doorway as well.
That fucking guy. I'm telepathically talking. That fucking guy, man.
This fucking bozo. I just look at him before I leave the room, and I'm just looking at him, and I'm like, Alphonse, you might not understand it now, but I have a lot of plans in the future, and I don't intend to turn you into the army of Xander. I believe that your utopia, I think it could still exist, but it can't exist here. And that's when I basically levitate out of the window that he broke.
As you levitate up, Rib, I don't know where you went. If you
Just walking out.
You're just walking out. Can you put the mic closer to your face real quick?
I was just walking out.
Thank you so much.
Walking out.
As you're levitating up, you see Pericles on the top of the townhouse, and he's just staring around Hansome. He sees you, and I'm not even sure if you notice him at first, and he just says, I don't know if you know, but I have no idea what will happen to us once the connection is severed.
I'm pretty sure, from what I gathered, you're all essentially allowed to leave. The Interceptor was just essentially... He just doesn't want to be in anyone's pocket. That's basically what it is.
He wants armistice.
That's the only reason why I'm telling you that you should all just break it, because there really is no other choice. It's either you break that connection with the Interceptor, and you all walk out of here, or you keep the connection, and every single one of you will die. There really is no way out of it.
I understand that. That is some sad news.
That is some serious shit.
But I'm a monster. Will I remain a monster, or will I be dead? Will Alphonse be alive?
You're not a monster. You're Pericles. And no matter what you look like, you'll always be Pericles. And be a good Pericles.
To my understanding, you're only a monster because you're still relying on the light. I believe once the connection is broken, you should all return to normal.
I hope so. But from what I've seen, when you fuck around with magic or powers you don't understand, you're usually left scarred.
Trust me, buddy, you don't know the half of it.
True. Mushrooms.
You fuck with mushrooms, you get hurt.
I'm going to go get everyone ready. You guys do what you must. Let Alphonse cool down. I don't expect him to be very happy.
Hey, maybe we'll see you in Xander.
I would like that very much. As he's about to fly away, he looks back at you both and he says, again, it's very confusing, so just your real names real quick. I can't remember which one's which. What do you want me to call both of you?
My name's Rib.
And my name is Howland.
Well, Rib and Howland, I know it wasn't the best result, but thanks for trying. And he
Telepathically. Shit, dog, we got the light. Fuck is he talking about?
Y'all, I'm just trying to get some fucking wings in this bitch. Come on.
Alright.
And then he flies off into Hansome. What are you guys doing?
I take my hat off.
Wait, real quick. I want you to do that, but you guys are both on the roof. I don't know how Rib got up there.
I climbed.
We're just, it's like the thing straight out of Kingdom Hearts. We're sitting on the roof with our feet dangling off, eating ice cream. That's what's going on.
Take my hat off. Turns into a cowboy hat. And I put it on my head slowly. Like from the front, you know how they do it? And I start saying, yeah, we gotta go.
God damn it, I really wanted to kill somebody before I left.
There's always Georgie, but...
I literally wanted to kill Alphonse so badly.
Pericles is like my boy here. Alphonse, he's just annoying.
I just started lying, and it all kind of came together, and it happened, and then I got the 20, and I'm like, alright, well, now I can't go back on it.
Here's the worst part. I have no idea what fucking happened, so when you were lying, I was like,
You were just like, yeah.
This is exactly what it was. Actually, this sounds cool. Like, that sounds real. I had a 19 persuasion, Eddie had a non-nat 20. Fucking deception. I gotta go see Bendel and probably dip off or something like that.
For now. Yeah.
I walk a lonely road, the only road that I have ever known. On the city streets, on the boulevard of broken dreams. And it's home to me.
Dude, just break the light. Alone. Just break the fucking light. For God's sake.
I walk alone, I walk my shadow walks the only road beside me.
Alright.
You guys are doing the Kingdom Hearts thing. You're just on the roof, and you can tell that Alphonse has made his decision, because for some reason, the light in the sky that has always had this like really bright daylight forever look is slowly... And I think you guys might just be sitting there in silence, kind of just comfortable with each other. And I think you guys finally realize that this might be the last time you guys see each other. And I'm not going to say you guys are going to do anything emotional or anything, but I feel like you guys both realize it.
I pull out my card.
We start to kiss sensually.
Yeah, man. So it's been crazy, right? We did all that stuff, and now we're doing things over here.
This is like this is like when a dude's getting ready to ditch his YouTube channel and he doesn't know how to close it. He's like, well, guys, it's been a crazy ride.
We did a lot, man. I mean, we only got to level 5 through 2 campaigns and countless battles, but, now we gotta move on.
It's time to get out of it.
We gotta seek our own training, and maybe in the future... we'll see each other again, man, and I'll still be able to talk to you telepathically, so...
Howland is just gonna be at his house one night, just, like, making coffee and just rib telepathically, like, dude, what's up? It's like, what?
WYD, Saturday at 10:30 p.m.
Just Howland leaves you on red telepathically. I just look at him, and I'm just like, you know what sucks? Is like, really? I wanted to leave this place in flames, to be honest with you. Now I'm kind of bummed out.
Well, we can watch it go down when he breaks the light.
Alright.
I think it'll collapse, do you?
I mean, I'm hoping. But you know what? I'm hoping against hope right now. That we're gonna see some gnarly shit.
Well, we could go see Bendel right now and then wait for it.
Alright. Let's run to young Bendel.
We're skipping. Like, skips.
I'm literally in midair, but I'm still skipping.
You guys walk towards the hole in the ground that's going to lead back up to the cave tunnel. And Howland, you see the portal that's going to lead back to Xander, which is basically your only exit.
Yeah.
You guys going to go down the tunnel?
We're going to Bendel.
The camera stays on the hole as you guys jump down there. And we see the darkness, the first and last sunset in Hansome. And then we cut to you guys walking out to see Bendel. And he says, well, how'd it go?
Bendel, you would not even believe, man. I put my arm on his shoulder. We have been through so much, and if you don't just find me in bed for the night, man, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I've still got the tea in my hand for some reason. Like, I'm just imagining I never put it down and I'm still drinking it for some reason. I'm just like, yeah, it's
just one of those socially awkward things. Like, you wanted to look like you were drinking it, but not too much. And then you ended up taking it.
Not too much. I'm just like, yeah, it was... I mean, what else can you say except this was some real shit, man?
Bendel laughs at you guys. He kind of can feel the tension. And he just says, well, we might have to... hike a little bit more, but I'll get you a bed. I'll get you a place to sleep.
Oh, Bendel, we gotta watch Hansome go down.
Oh.
You ever seen the fireworks, Bendel?
I have no idea what the fuck fireworks are.
Have you ever seen a sinkhole? Because I feel like it's going to be a sinkhole.
I guess I can join you. And as he says that, you actually see something pop out of the snow, and you see a white...
Oh my god, if it's a fucking sild, I'm going to kick it in the mouth.
You see a tiny white fox pop out of the snow with snow all over its hair.
Fox?
Over its head.
Hey.
And it runs over to Bendel and is right by his foot. You guys never had an opportunity to meet him, but this is Chewy. When things got hairy a few days ago, or I can't even remember how long ago it was, I basically told him to run, and he found his way back.
What's up, Chewy?
Chewy looks up at you and just kind of like yips weirdly, but it's more in like a happy way.
I just look at him and I'm basically keeping my distance, just like little fox thing.
What happens with Hansome?
I imagine we're going back there right now.
Okay.
No, hold on. Do we want to be there when it... Like, I feel like it's going to collapse.
Well, I think we're standing on, like, the outskirts. That's what I was thinking.
Here's the thing. Howland has to go back in there because that's his portal. He has to get there to go. So I don't know what you guys want to do, but you can watch it.
Well, let's take a seat somewhere on the outskirts of the town and just watch it all come down, and then I'll go through the portal afterwards.
Are we going to survive that? Like, I feel like we came down a tunnel to be here. I feel like it's underground, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like the whole thing would just collapse.
It might.
I don't think it would collapse. I think everything in there is just going to turn to, like, fucking dust, basically. Avengers style. David, you need to tell us right now, is this bitch gonna collapse? Like,
I can't tell you
like
that. You don't know.
What the fuck do you mean you can't tell me if I'm gonna die?
Because
you control this situation right now, asshole. What do you mean? This isn't up to chance. Like, the bitch is gonna fall on my head or she ain't.
It's predetermined already.
Okay, so why don't you be cool and tell me if I'm gonna fucking die, bud? Because I want to have a nice moment and watch this bitch go down, but I don't want to watch it if I know I'm coming down with it.
Okay,
I gotta tell you.
This is all I'm gonna say. You better do a cool acrobatics move and then get in that portal real quick.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright.
Unless you want to take the long way, which I don't think you'd like to.
No. Alright.
Alright, Bando. It's probably best that we get out of here, man.
You guys know it. I want you to watch. I want you to watch it. I want you to do that. I think that'd be a cool moment.
Hold on. Am I gonna die? I don't have a portal thing.
No, you guys aren't gonna die because you don't have to go in that shit.
So here's what happens. The camera's on the back of your heads as you're walking past in slow motion as all these residents of Hansome are walking out, all sullen, very upset. Georgie meets your eyes for a second, looks back down, and hurries past you.
Let me stop Georgie.
You stop Georgie.
Hey, Georgie, it was us, but we got you out of here, bud. Don't worry about it. Thank us later.
What?
And I sent him on his way.
The crowd carries Georgie away as he stares back at you two.
Get fucked.
The residents of Hansome trudge out into the unknown, from a home they had already embraced. The camera glides over the sorrowed crowd as it follows Rib and Howland to the entrance of Hansome. You see Alphonse just staring at Hansome as you guys find yourself back in there. He looks at you for a second, then back at Hansome, Pericles on his shoulder. You see him raise a knife, and then you see on his hand, something you probably hadn't seen before, is a tiny ring on his middle finger, and then he chops his middle finger off on his left hand.
Yeah, okay.
And Pericles says, "Did you have to? You could have just taken the ring off."
I was gonna say, telepathically to Rib right now, this dude's trying to flex, and I'm not...
I'm about to cut a finger off on this, so just wait.
So I'm cutting off my fucking hands.
And you just hear Alphonse say, "It helps with the pain."
Yeah, alright.
As that happens, the light in the sky quickly starts glowing back and forth, like a light bulb almost. And as that's happening, you guys are staring, And Bendel is in the hole with his head just looking up, Chewie holding onto his back. And then Alphonse jumps down the hole with Pericles on his shoulder. And as he jumps down the hole, you can see something happen to his body. It changed, but you can't see after that. And then the place starts collapsing. Not like in the movies where it just starts shaking violently. It just slowly, the gravity is being put back where it was.
Yeah.
The houses are dismantling. The camera is panning around all of the houses as the wood just evaporates almost. And as the light is going out, glows back and forth, and you guys can see yourselves for a bit of a second. The only light being coming from the portal. I don't know how Howland is feeling, but I could guess that maybe he's wondering if he really does need to leave Rib. But as you're staring at Rib, Howland, you notice his eyes. His eyes seem to have a glow to them, like a sick yellow glow that you've never seen before. And I think it's because you know magic, but you understand that that's the light's doing. You guys have 15 seconds.
Suppose this is farewell then.
I don't think we should say goodbye.
It's not.
Because we're telepathically talking at any moment, so it's like kind of walking the same direction after saying goodbye, you know? Like, we're not really gone.
It's not a permanent goodbye.
But a see you later.
This is a little bit of, yo, catch me in an hour.
And then it starts crumbling and getting more violent. Ed, make an acrobatics check. You know, both of you. Okay, no, I like this. Both of you make an acrobatics check.
17.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're good, dog. Don't worry about it.
The camera stays on both of your faces as you guys are looking at each other from a distance. To the left is the hole where you have to go, Rib. To the right is the portal. And as the place starts crumbling, you guys turn away from each other and go your separate ways.
I just shout as I'm walking away with my hands in my pocket, like levitating away. I'm just, try not to get lost this time.
Hey, don't take too many pisses, man. Stay out of trouble.
I'll see you later.
I'll be seeing you around. See you later, bud.
As Howland disappears in the portal and Rib disappears down the hole.
I reckon that'll do, pig. That'll do.
And the crumbling dirt comes across, making the camera go black.
Man, it all comes coming down.
Down in the city that we love.
Y'all remember that dude in Pompeii who went out jerking off?
Is that a real thing?
Yep. There's a dead body in Pompeii. The dude literally died beating his meat. He knew he was gonna die, and he died jerking off.
F's in chat.
F in
That's
chat, please.
respect.
We cut to Rib hiking. Everything's melted, there's no frost. As you guys are hiking down this mountain, Chewie is by your leg, looking up at you with his tail wagging. The snow is slowly disappearing. And Bendel is staring in the direction of the next place that you guys gotta go. You actually see the bison's tongue, just a glimpse of it, off in the distance. And he says to you, Rib, so, where do you want to go?
Well, wherever the road takes us, I guess, Bendel.
Is there anywhere you want to go?
Hauser's Row. Hauser's Row, that's what it is.
I've never been to Houses Row.
Well, we got a long walk. Neither have I, though.
He laughs really hard. He says, one thing about being a Beastmaster is, you kind of need a little bit of you need an animal companion.
I used to have one.
Oh, what happened?
Well, I had a direwolf named Schmubbles. He was always with me. So basically, I'm a man of the forest. I found some mushrooms out with Smebbles one day. I took them. The trees started beating my ass. I thought I was tripping. Thought I'd be alright. Woke up in a tiny little pocket dimension. Do you have more time, Bendel?
You did say it was a long walk.
Let's keep going, then.
The camera pans up to this blue, nice sky.
Hey, Bendel. One more thing.
Yeah?
You got any shrooms, man?
And then we cut to Howland as he comes into this big, familiar room filled with a bunch of different portals going on and off. He recognizes it as Xander, with a bunch of pink sands on the ground and broken pillars. There, you see Magwell Sire hovering there, and she says,
"Oh, darling, well, hey, it's been a while."
Going back through the portal.
I don't know. You'll get hurt if you go in there too quickly.
I left a crumbling city for this.
As you walk in there, she notices how fucking horrible you look because you've been through a lot of fucking bullshit. And she says,
Why don't you just go see Eldric in his office? I'm sure he'd like to talk to you.
I don't even say anything, and I just levitate past her.
Well, it's nice seeing you.
Give us the ding, David. Give us the fucking ding.
"What's the ding?
You know the ding.
What's the ding?"
Level us up, fucker.
Do it.
Hold on a second.
We got combat, we got dialogue, we got it all, son. Level 6, here we come.
Alright.
You see these rolls? You see them? God damn.
We cut to Eldenreich's office. He's not in there. But there is someone who's in there. It's Arya? Arya? Do you remember Arya at all? It's been literally years, so I doubt. The halfling girl who brought you guys back from being an animal and was telling you all about, she's in there, and she actually looks startled when you walk in. She's got glasses on, she's got this long hair that's curly on the bottom.
I just want to tell you, this song doesn't fit what's going on at all.
Dude, but I love this song.
I look like a ring wraith from Lord of the fucking Rings, and I just came back after a year of being gone, and I'm levitating off the ground?
It's not.
I look like a fucking phantom, and it just, don't worry. Everybody's just, it's like we're gonna sing Kumbaya, we're just like, oh yeah, look, Howland's back, woo! It's like, fuck.
Choose a different song then.
Alright.
I got you.
Arya's in there, and they look very startled when you walk in. Arya's in there, and you actually walk in, and they're very startled when you walk in, and they actually freak out when they see you, and they go,
What's hi? Hello?
Yes.
Howland? Is that you?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh, sorry, it's been a while.
as they adjust their glasses.
You went to find Alphonse, right?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Did you find him?
Don't ask.
Oh.
Where's the big cheese, man?
He's out for right now. Are you okay?
When is he gonna be back?
I don't know.
I'll be in my quarters.
Actually, you don't.
Here, and they storm past you, and they say, follow me. They lead you down the hallway, out of Eldenreich's office.
I don't know when he's going to be back, but he hasn't been using the office recently. I guess I can send him to your quarters at some point.
No.
You can talk to him then, but you know, I know it's only been a couple days since we last saw each other. It's felt like years, actually. I'm sorry. I'm really intimidated.
I'm literally just levitating, and I turn to her. and I just get real close to her face, and I'm like, you have no fucking idea. It feels like years, yeah. It's weird. It's crazy.
They back up a little bit as they're leading you through the... It's nighttime right now in Xander. It seems like everyone's asleep, but as you're walking down the hallway, Arya's talking, but she's about to turn a corner, and she actually runs smack dab into the stomach of another woman that you find familiar. It's Delilah. They look like they've been working out.
My girl.
Or they're just sweaty. It looks like they've been working out, but they were probably just at the forge, and Delilah goes, "Oh, hey, Arya. Who's this?" And Arya goes, "Oh, it's Howland. Oh, Howland." And she starts looking around. Where's Rib?
My girl.
I just... Has anyone seen the skit from Robot Chicken where it's Palpatine on the Death Star, and there's all the stormtroopers, and they're just like, "My lord," and he's like, "Eddie, a soldier," and they're just, "My lord," and he's like, "Eddie, a soldier," and he's like, "My lord," and he's like, "Yeah, hi, how you doing? My lord, how you doing? My lord, hi. My lord, hi. My lord, Palpatine, the Emperor, go fuck yourself. My Emperor, go fuck yourself." Like, he's talking to stormtroopers and getting progressively more pissed off and done with it, and it's just, we're there. I don't want to see these people right now, so I just want to float past without saying anything.
You float past Delilah without saying anything, and you kind of hear Arya whisper to Delilah and say, I don't know about what happened to Rib. I'm sure we'll find out sooner or later." You're out of earshot, but you hear Delilah just kind of like... She doesn't cry, she doesn't scream, but she definitely sounds really upset. There's a bit of time that passes before Arya comes running up next to you, Howland, and they actually now have a massive crate in their hand, struggling to hold it, and they're like, "Yeah, geez, it's... God, it's so... I wish I had some help carrying this thing."
And where am I? Am I in my room?
No, she's leading you down the hallway to your new quarters.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Can I just grab it with Mage Hand and just?
Yes, you can. And she goes, well, thanks, Howland.
Oh.
And you finally make it to a room. It doesn't have a name on it yet. It looks like someone has claimed it. They turn around and they look at you and they say, "Well, hey, surprise! It was supposed to be when you guys got back. You got your own room. You can decorate it however you want. Also, I'm not going to ask because you clearly sound like you don't want to talk about it. But the crate is from Delilah. Apparently, it was for Rib. She made him something. So if you see him,
fucking A, dude,
do that.
But of course.
Just one last thing, Howland. I'm glad you're safe."
Yeah.
And they walk away, and right before they turn a corner, they look over their shoulder and say, I hope you enjoy your new room.
Bring lots of tea."
I'll send some your way." And she takes off down the corner.
Telepathically to Howland?
You can't.
Why?
Out of range.
What do you mean?
Out of range.
What's the range?
How far away is Rib? How far away is Howland? You guys are
not that far.
You guys are very far away.
Not that
very far away.
We're in the same world.
Yeah, but very far away.
You fundamentally don't understand telepathy.
Okay, but it's not The Shining here. Howland seems real pissed.
The thing is, he's rolling into this castle that he doesn't want to be at, and this is playing, and he's just got his hands in his pockets, levitating. He's kind of just, floating on by, and all these people are trying to talk to him, and he's just, he doesn't want to hear it. He's just, after all of it, after everything that he went through, he's kind of done right now, and he just wants to lay on his bed. That's all he's doing.
Well, it's been a long day. It's been a long couple of days, and I think because of the context of the situation, that it has had such a damper on Howland, and not his memory, I just think it slipped his mind what day it is. But as you open the door, you're just trying to sit down, you're not having a good time, you're You're just fucking tired, dude. And obviously, Howland is just, he's gone through some major shit.
He's very melancholy at the moment.
He very much is. But when he opens the door, he sees this room. And it looks cozy, but it also looks big enough for stuff. And it looks basically perfect to Howland. Like, it's not decorated or anything, but there's a bed in there exactly to Howland's liking. There's just anything that he really needs. He can fill it with whatever he wants. And you close the door, you're walking around, and I don't know what Howland's thought process is right now, but I think the camera is on his face as he's looking around, and then he stops and he realizes, and he notices something that's on a little table next to his bed, and he looks over there, and what he sees is a cupcake in ghostly purple writing, "Happy Birthday," and floating above it is that purple rune that he sent to Rhea all those years ago. And as he sees it, the rune disappears, and the camera cuts.
I just imagine he grabbed the cupcake and he's got it in his hand and he's just like, oh my god. And he takes a little bit of a lick, he's like, it's cream cheese frosting! And he just cut right there. Oh!
We cut back with a large city in the background. And there's a big clock tower in the center that looks like it's been under construction. Just finished a little bit. And the camera stays on a static shot of the clock tower at night. Kind of a winter scene. Snow is just barely coming down. And then we see a big black and white portal open up just in the distance on the clock tower. And we hear a voice as it kind of just whispers, and it says, "Finally, it's time to go back home."
Huzzah!